Greetings. This is Nuri Medina, the second serial entrepreneur, um, artist, innovator, and teacher, consultant. Um, and my format is 101 hustles for dummies. The simple way to do things, guerrilla economics, guerrilla marketing. So how I made money on the internet, lesson one. I will share with you some of the few ways as a serial entrepreneur of undertaking many projects, short-term projects, as well as long-term projects that have either made money or didn't make money or they lost money. You know, when you are in business, you know that business as well as investment is about a certain amount of risk. So you have to know what your risk tolerance is. So, a few brief lessons in how I made money in on the internet. Um, Number one, about our company, I am a consultant as well as a project manager. I have several different companies and/or organizations that I founded and represent. Inglewood Enterprise Gallery is our artist resource organization, as well as community development through arts and creativity, uplifting humanity using arts and creativity, as well as EEG Advisors, which is financial services and project management services, enrich, empower, and grow. I'm also a licensed insurance agent and a certified annuities um, agent as well. So mid to long term safe money investment products for supplemental retirement programs, retirement products that you control, IULs, index universal life, as well as fixed and index annuities, and being able to leverage your funds and resources to ultimately engage in legacy building and becoming your own bank in a sense for yourself as well as for your family. EEG Advisors, a few basic concepts that I operate by is freedom ain't free, hard work and dedication pay off. Don't just make moves, know how to maneuver. Knowledge is power in the information age, and we are definitely in the information age. So, lesson one, this particular format, I will be discussing Craigslist details and sales. Craigslist is an online ad format. Let me see right quick. Maybe I can pull it up. So, Craigslist is a place where you are able to put up personal ads, selling things, looking for things, giving things away. Kind of messed up my mapping, but let me go to the local market. As you can see, Craigslist is all over the world in a sense, and you have opportunities to post in different areas. So you can find a state and city that you want to market from. So Craigslist has a lot of different features. We have the for sale feature, which is where pretty much you're able to go and sell just about anything that is legal, of course. Um, Depending on your state, you can see all kind of interesting things: bicycles, used stuff, possibly new stuff, uh, dogs, cats, you know, different things. Also, you even have an area for free stuff. You have people giving things away. Um, Christmas trees, couches. Couches are always interesting. You don't really know what people have been doing on a couch. So if you're in desperate need, a couch is something that's cool. But hey, maybe that person had bed bugs or fleas, or not to kind of spook you out, but if you're going to take something that's free, you want to take it with caution. and as well as protect yourself. Make sure you delouse the couch so that you don't endanger yourself, your family, or your household. But they're all different kind of things, different items that people are giving away. I've given away a lot of different things on Craigslist, stuff that I didn't feel like moving. See, free scrap. Somebody's giving away free scrap. So maybe there's aluminum on there. Maybe there's some parts that somebody is interested in using. They'll pull right up with a trailer. By seeing it, you already know that you're going to have to bring a trailer. I don't even know how that connects. You're going to need a pickup truck with a flatbed. They don't care how you get it. They just want you to come get it because it's free. So that is just an example of what Craigslist has to offer. A lot of other features, people selling vehicles, different things like that. So I already showed you this is what it looks like. Who is Craigslist for? Who is Craigslist for? Craigslist is just for about anybody. Number one, it's a format where you're meeting people, total strangers, so you don't really know their mental state. So you have to be careful of that because some people have been deathly harmed by a Craigslist transaction where they may have been trying to give something away to somebody, and some Looney Tune, pops up and does something harmful to them. So you always, me, if ever I'm doing any business with somebody on Craigslist, I'm always meeting at a public place, coffee house or something like that, that is located somewhere convenient for the both of us. And people that may be having a garage sale, if you're having an event that you want to advertise. I've met a lot of different artists and done a lot of networking with good people using the Craigslist format. This is one of our marketing projects right here, Miss Medina right here, who actually happens to be my mother, but she is one of my clients in a sense because I engage in marketing for her sewing classes for adults, groups, as well as children. So these are a couple of her students. This wasn't staged. They were actually working on a sewing project. And every Sunday, we have children's sewing classes. We also have Friday adult sewing classes, as well as by appointment only. If that's what you're looking for, group classes as well, and other specialty projects. So this is a posting that I use to generate leads for her sewing classes. Oh, okay. So this right here, this is that time I bought a boat. This is the time I bought a boat off of eBay, and I bought the boat sight unseen. You know, that was actually an interesting project because I realized that people were auctioning boats on eBay, and they were getting boats sometimes for a little or nothing. But of course, after thorough review, I realized that hey, sometimes a person is telling you that the boat um, it don't float. Or in this instance, like this boat right here that I actually bought, it wasn't in the water, so I didn't know if it floated or not. I just had to take the word of the previous owner who had not been in the boat in maybe a couple of years or so. The engine hoses were unhooked, but he told me that that was a part of winterization. I didn't really know because this was my first time purchasing a boat. But what I did is I got the boat and I sold the boat within about a day. I sold the boat within about a day. It was a very interesting project. That's why I am a serial entrepreneur, because sometimes I like short-term projects that are opportunity. I think a lot of business is about opportunity and windows of opportunity. Windows don't stay open forever. They do eventually close. But anyway, so I won the boat in an auction on eBay, paid the people the money, and then scheduled a few days later on the weekend to go look at the boat, meet the previous owner. and really get a feel for him what's going on with the boat. So what I decided to do was to also utilize Craigslist as well as Facebook. I do Facebook networking, social media engagement, all of that. I utilize Craigslist and Facebook, and I identified some people who would be willing, who might have been interested in the boat, just like I was interested in the boat. So I identified these people in an area that was local to where they were located. So I know that they were accessible to come out and take a look at the boat. So it was an interesting experience. A couple of people had actually were familiar with the marina where the boat was located, and they had already taken a trip by and looked at the boat before I could get there. But it allowed me to drum up interest in the boat and have me a group of potential warm leads lined up who I could rely on if the boat looked like it was a project that might have been too much for me to deal with. The hull needed to be painted. It had some rotten wood on the inside. Some people had recognized something going on with the transient. All of these things were new concepts to me, but by me arranging to have some others who were familiar, and they're from an area where they have the marinas at and things like that. So they were totally familiar with boats and what to look for. They were actually able to educate me on what I was dealing with so that I could actually determine for myself if this was something that I wanted to undertake. So it was a great experience. I met with a few good people who were interested, but they were leery because of the condition of the boat, but they were still interested, which was a great thing because that meant that they would probably be interested in that project if it's just about the right price. So then it will come down to our negotiation. So anyway, so what I was able to do was to take the exact same pictures, take the exact same sales information and details, put my own prices in. I know what I'm dealing with. So, hey, you must pick it up and there is no trailer because I don't even have a trailer. I was going to have to determine how I would move the boat myself. So long story short, through networking, social media engagement, a combination of Craigslist, eBay, and Facebook, um, I picked up the title one day and I was selling the boat the next day. So it almost looked like, I was about to take a $2,000 hit and have to figure out how to sell these boat engines in order to get my funds back because I stay flexible in my business opportunities. Sometimes things won't always go how you want them more often than not, but it's about being flexible and how you problem solve and deal with it. So I had to consider if if I was going to have to break the boat down and sell the salvageable parts off of it and then figure out how to dispose the hull broken down into pieces. The engines alone, if they were functioning, could have been worth about 1,500 a piece, but then I have to find a buyer. I got to find somebody who got a bum engine in a boat, you know and these were gas guzzling engines, like two Chevy van engines. So it was a very interesting learning experience. But as I was saying, I thought it was going to be a $2,000 hit, but I was able to find the right person for that project. And I was able to get out what I put in it with an extra few $100s left over for my time. And at the end of the day, all it took me was an afternoon, evening of networking, an afternoon, evening of networking with some of the leads that I generated on social media. So these are just some examples of the postings and how I create my marketing information. This is